What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I wanted to show my Milim in the deer. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 20k subscribers, man. At the time of recording this video, I think I'm at 19,700 subscribers on the YouTube channel, bro. We're 300 away from 20k, man. You guys have been showing a ton of support, and yeah, let's hop into the video. Alright, so this was the team that I used in my video when I was clearing with Milim on the deer. You guys might be wondering, Amazing, is Milim really good for the deer? She actually is not bad for the deer, and the reason for that is because she's able to do really good damage on her cards. She doesn't require much damage from necessarily, like, you know, her ult or like or anything like that. Like, her ult still does a lot of damage depending on the gauge, but it's mainly her spike card and her other single target that does a lot of damage. Since they buffed this, right, it went from, I think this first card was like 60%, now it's at 180. The second one's 270, and then this one's 350, and this is AoE as well. So it's actually really good. And then the spike card single target, really strong, because, you know, Milim actually with her Holy Relic and her passive, like, in conjunction, actually goes crazy, alongside the fact that Jormungandr is giving 60% all stats whenever she is attacking. So Milim was actually a really good replacement for like the 1 Eikthyrnir or Cusack on this team, because she actually does fit that slot pretty well. She doesn't have like anything that damages after the fact, like the 1 Eikthyrnir's Death Ultimate or Abyss Ultimate from Cusack, but she's still able to dish out a really good amount of damage with their cards. So, you know, you don't really need the after damage effects. So yeah, this is the team that I used though. Milim on attack crit damage with Sario Link. When I did the showcase, it did not have outfits for her, like the paid one. I did buy it after the fact, and I also didn't have the outfits maxed out. I had only a few. So yeah, man, Milim though is very strong. I highly recommend, if you guys have one copy of her already, you could build her out. Like, I only have one of the 6 as well, but I made her UR gear, and I did actually get her up, because, you know, even if you don't buy the outfit, she still has 4 outfit slots, right, which is good, pretty good. And then she has 4 weapons and 4 headpieces as well, so she definitely gets like a good amount of outfits free to play. So you could actually build her if you would want. It's definitely up to you at the end of the day. So yeah, that's Milim right there. Jormungandr's on attack defense. Brunhilder's on attack crit damage and crit chance rolls as always. So, you know, these top pieces right here, crit chance rolls, so we're able to do crits in general. Because Brunhilder, if you guys don't know, increases her own basic stats by a ton, so she doesn't really need, you know, like attack as much. Like, she still needs it, but it's not to that of an extent. And then my Scotty here, I was running HP defense. I did not. I think I actually did have this outfit when I did the run, actually. This is the Hawk Pass Scotty outfit, by the way, if you guys don't know. But yeah, that was the team I was using. I'm gonna basically do like a voiceover of my run though. It wasn't actually too bad. Surprisingly, I cleared this deer run faster than I did my bird run I posted yesterday. So the video you guys saw yesterday, it actually took me longer to record that than to record my deer run. So it's actually not too bad. And yeah, we'll be going over basically everything I do. And yeah, also one more thing to note is that the artifact cards that I'm using is the damage dealt card to the demonic beast. So, you know, if you guys are wondering where you get this still, this is from the bird, these are from story, and then this is from PvP shop. So yeah, man, we're gonna hop into the actual video now. If you guys just wanted to see the team and that was it, then yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. But I will be doing a little commentary over my gameplay in a bit. So yeah, that's basically it for the first part of the video. Let's move into the gameplay. Alright, so we're on to the part of the video now where I basically go over my run. Let me know if you guys want to see this type of video style, by the way, because not the last one I did, but the one before that, if you guys don't know how I do these recordings, like basically what I'll do is I'll like do my voiceover in my video editor and then I'll have it done. But this time I actually exported just the video of me clearing the deer, and I'm just gonna do like a live com over it. So let me know what you guys want to hear. If you want to hear it through the editing or through this, regardless, it doesn't really change the outcome. It's just like I can manually like move around the clip more, I guess. Like, I think this is a lot more intuitive, so I think from now on I will be doing this. But let me know if you guys want to see this in the future. But yeah, let's hop in and go over this run here. But don't you know, mind the name of the file. You know, I meant to have this as a, you know, thing, but I just didn't change the name. So yeah, here we go, hopping in. So this is the team we're running right here. Milim, Jormungandr, Brunhilde, and Scotty. So the team in general is really good. Because it's basically the team I ran with the 1S norm, but instead of running the one, we're running Milim. So what we do is we actually just do single target with Milim, we do the single target with Jormungandr, and we do the single target with Brunhilde to kind of keep our stacks up. And the reason why we're doing this is because if you do 3 cards in a row, every like character on your team will get the all stats up entirely. So like if I was to do like 4 cards there, let's say, like if I just dropped Scotty's card at the 4 slot, we actually would have lost all stats on Scotty there and only gained it on the first 3 characters. So you want to, if you want to keep all stats on everybody, just make sure you do 3 cards of each character basically, or 1 card of each character I should say. So but only 3 units have to do it, right? They don't have to be like in a color cycle or anything like that as well, because the way Jormungandr works is that it doesn't need her to be a color cycle, it just needs to be 3 different characters using 3 different cards. So there we go. So Jormungandr does a single target there. We do single target with Brunhilde and then single target with Scotty, and then I end the turn. So let's see here. Yeah, I was like, okay, this is gonna kill. So we'll move into the next phase. And we have a Milim card, we have a Scotty card, we have a Jormungandr / Brunhilde card, so we actually have what we need. That buff is a given, by the way. We're always going to be getting that buff. That's the one where if you rank up, you get the boss gets like 10, like I think it's like 10, no, not even 10, it's like 100% basic stats, some stupid shit. So like yeah, we don't do that. But you know, we do the Scotty card, we start off with red, so that means we have to do green, so red, green, blue. So we do the Brunhilde card to follow up. And then you guys will see the Milim card. This is without any like crazy stacks, by the way. Look at that, 700k? Bro, when I saw that when I was doing this, I was kind of shocked, man. I'm not going to lie. 700k single target, kind of insane, man. So yeah, ultimately we get disabled. It's perfectly fine. We still have 1 of each cards, which is good. But yeah, you guys can see though that the deer is targeting my Milim, which is the only thing that like throughout this run I was like, okay, that's a little iffy, because you know, like if it was like the 1S run, I think he would have been tanking a lot better than Milim is, let's say. But I think overall it's fine. But yeah, so I do the color cycle again because we do have all 3 cards. Look how much damage Milim does, by the way, and that's not the spike card. That's the other card, the gauge reduction one. So yeah, so we get the damage taken debuff, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is what is this one exactly? I think it's like he takes a 30% less damage, the boss. So you don't want to, you know. Yeah, the buff's not like the worst in the world, but it's probably second best actually. The one that's worse is gonna be the crit damage one. If you get that one, like where you get a crit defense related down, that one's the worst. Because that one just makes it so that if you get crit, then you get defense related down, which is not good. So this debuff is okay though, but if you get the one where he gets 3 gauge, that one's probably the best. But I mean, this one works as well, just because the team hits so hard anyway, they kind of bypass that 30% damage reduction anyway. So yeah, Brunhilde does her single target ultimate there. I do that just to waste cards because we gotta get a Milim card here. No, we have Milim's ult actually. Never mind. Yeah, I was trying to just clear my hand out as much as possible though, because you know, with the hand that we have here, we do have 1 of each color, but it's through ultimates, right? And I didn't want to rip the ultimate off instantly because, you know, the guy doesn't have any gauge. So I felt like the detonate ult wasn't going to do a lot. So I think after this, I actually do reset, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I do that card instead of the ult. Yeah, I do that card instead of the ult. Let's see. So I do the reset again. We do Scotty card, Jormungandr ult. I do the card there with Milim, and then we do the... we moved the cards right there. So yeah, I was just saving the ult so we can see the detonate damage, because this is 1 in a 6. It's a good showing, man, because a lot of you guys probably, like, if you do own Milim, you have 1 in a 6. So using her at 1 in a 6 is a good showing, man, because throughout this fight, by the way, I did not have outfits. Like, I did not have any purchasable outfits. It was only the free ones. So this definitely is a good showing for Milim. Okay, but yeah, we took a lot of damage there, unfortunately, where there's nothing we could really do about it, and we were recovery sealed, so not anything we could do about the healing, per se. But what we do here is we do the color cycle again, and I actually do go for the detonate ultimate, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, do I go for the spike? I don't know, actually. Let's see. I think I go for detonate ult. Yeah, we do go for the detonate ult, I think. There we go, and then we end the turn. So that is a kill right there, though. And you guys will see with 5 gauge on the deer, it is definitely enough to hit damage cap for sure. So Oh no, not even. We didn't even get to rip it because Jormungandr kills. So, nah, she would have definitely did damage cap though. But yeah, man, that's pretty good. That is the first stage of the bird. Now we move into stage 2 of the bird. I did do the editing on the clip already, so yeah, as you guys can see, it's still the same clip. But I did editing on this before I actually did the recording for it, so it's fine. But yeah, and then we're moving into stage 2, so the only thing to really worry about on stage 2 is getting the revive passive. The revive passive would be the only thing that really cucks a team like this. And I would say at that point just reset if you do get revive passive. But if you have any other passive, I think this team's fine with it. Which I'll discuss when we actually get the passive from the final phase of stage 2. But yeah, what we did there, we just literally cycled through cards. We're taking hits from the deer as well, but I want to make sure I try and get a good heal on Milim. So I think this turn I do go for the rank 2 spike, because I do want to get as much lifesteal as possible with Milim there. But yeah, if you guys don't know Milim's Holy Relic, by the way, every time you move, use, or rank up her skills in any way, basically what happens is she gains a crit chance, crit damage buff, and then also when you get max gauge, you actually heal 30% HP. So she is really nice because of that. Because in the deer, when you get super low on health, you can, you push an ult, and you get an ultimate, and you basically 30% heal. But yeah, right here you can see I do my spike card 159k, and we lifesteal 230k because of the Jormungandr all stats. So right there, we were actually able to heal up a good chunk of damage right there, man. So right here we have to cycle through cards. So what I do is we do the cycle. So we red, green, blue. And then what I do is I actually decide to move Milim just to push her ultimate as well. So as you guys can see, if you do move cards, you do actually gain the Holy Relic stack on Milim's on Milim right there. As you can see, I have five blue buffs, which are all crit chance, crit damage buffs, alongside getting the Jormungandr all stats buff. It's pretty nice, man. Now there we go. He goes for the AoE. The whole team right now is doing pretty well in terms of tanking, like, and those are the passes we got, by the way. Just a little quick showing. But yeah, like overall the team does do really well, man. Like I will say, you guys can from the seeing so far, it is pretty good. So we do cycle through the colors again, and I decide here, I'm like, okay, do I follow up with an attack or do I not? And I was like, okay, I have to, because I have to get frozen. Because if you guys don't know, on stage 2, phase 2 of the deer, you have to mess up your colors once so that you get frozen and you tank the AoE hit there. But yeah, as you can see, we do hit damage cap with Milim there, which was really nice. But because we attacked with a Jormungandr there, we do get frozen and we do lose the all stats on her. But it's fine, because we did that on purpose so that we could miss that hit right there. Because if you don't do that, by the way, guys, you will just instantly get wiped, like, completely. Like, you're dead. There's no way you're living that hit, man. So yeah, and then the deer attacks. So we go for the cycle through again. So I'm like, okay, we can cycle through. We could probably get the kill. And then, yes, we go for this. We go for the single target with Jormungandr there. And then we go for the single target with Brunhilde, and we do actually technically get the all stats up, even though we didn't do color cycling. But because we did 3 different character cards, we actually were able to pull it off. And I decided I would do that because I wanted to save the Milim card, because we only had 1, right? So yeah, me doing these attacks, by the way, I'm basically trying to get Milim cards in my hand so that I can start using them, because I don't want to, like, what I could actually have done, instead of ending the turn there, I could have moved cards in Milim too. But it doesn't really matter. But if you do want to build your stacks up, I guess, a little bit quicker, that's not a bad idea to do. Yeah, and then Milim's starting to take a little bit of damage there, but it's perfectly fine. We're not too worried about the damage she's taking, because she'll basically just lifesteal it all back up. And we also have a Brunhilde ult just in case we do get super low. So we're not too worried about that, right? But yeah, so we go for the Brunhilde ult, the Jormungandr ult, and then we follow up with a Milim card right there just to follow up. Yeah, and then we also do get a stack on her passive right there, which is pretty nice. So yeah, and then the deer is gonna go for the AoE right there. That I think is okay. That's buff cancel right there, so that's a little bit unfortunate that Milim had to get buff canceled there. But I think the AoE, not in this phase, but the next stage, which we'll talk about, will be a little bit annoying. But this one's fine. So we're actually able to just do that. We cycle through again. Right, it doesn't matter, again, the order you cycle through on a stage like this, where it doesn't require you to cycle. It doesn't matter the order. Just make sure you do 3 different characters, because you want to keep them stacks with Jormungandr, man. That's like the main you know, thing you're trying to do. You're trying to keep them all stats up, because the longer you have them all stats up, the longer your survivability. And you guys can see here, when we have the all stats up, we're tanking really, really well, right? We're not taking a lot of damage. And then, you know, since I have Tarmiel Link on Jormungand, we do pretty fine there. So yeah, so right here, I'm just like, okay, we're about to finish off the fight. So moving into the final phase, I'm like, okay, we'll merge that, and we'll just waste my green cards, because we do have 2 characters with double green single target skills. So the odds of us top decking a green card again will be pretty common, because we have 2 characters with that, right? So we do get the gauge reduction passive. So that one is not the worst passive in the world, right? What it does is that every turn you lose 2 gauge at the start of the turn. And it's not the worst passive in the world, and the reason for that is because with a team like this team doesn't really rely on ultimate damage. It more so relies on damage through cards, right? You guys will see, like, Milim is doing 145k on a card like that. Nothing too crazy, right? But on her spike cards, she's doing damage cap guaranteed. Like, that's just how strong it becomes, man. So we do the 1, 2, 3, we get all the cards out, and then we actually do top deck a Milim ultimate here. And since he's getting engaged, I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I can drop the Milim ult, and it's going to guarantee do damage cap, and we should be able to either kill this turn or the following turn, which is really good. So he's going to go for the AoE again. We did take a little bit of damage there, but I think we're doing fine. So we dropped the Milim ult. So now we got to get a red card. So we do the red, and then we do the green with Brunhilde there, which we did actually top deck. And then, yeah, we actually do rip the final Milim card as well, because I was like, okay, at this point, we could definitely go for the kill. So we do that, right? We do the single target with Brunhilde there, and then we follow up with, you know, Milim to get the kill right there on the boss. So 270k! Crazy, man. You know, Milim, like, not even... even at 1 to 6, like, you know, she doesn't really, like, you know, need dupes necessarily. She just hits really hard, man. So yeah, moving into the third, you know, stage of the fight now. You guys can see, man, so far Milim's been doing really well, and you guys will also see on the phase 4 of this stage, you guys will see that you do not need ultimates at all to actually clear, man. This team is just that powerful to where you actually do not need an ultimate, which is really good, right? So we do the all stats up. This time I made sure to move Milim cards, because I was like, okay, if I'm just going to end my turn anyway, I might as well push an ultimate, right? I think that was the smarter play. So if you guys want to do that, actually, it's not a bad idea. You can just move a Milim card and push your gauge a little bit, and also increase your passive as well. It's not a bad idea. So definitely, you know, you could do that for sure. But yeah, so we do 1, 2, 3 again. But we're cycling through Brunhilde, Jormungand, and Scotty cards there, because we are actually attack sealed on Milim, so we decided not to attack with her, which is fine. Right, and then we do the Brunhilde single target, which is gonna do a lot because it's detonate, and he has like what that's like 7 gauge or 6 gauge, right? So yeah, 3 debuffs on Scotty as well. If you guys don't know, the more debuffs Scotty gets, the more damage you deal, and the more damage you, the less damage you receive. So it's pretty nice when you have a lot of debuffs on her, because you can start tanking a lot better and dishing out a lot more damage as well. So I do really like Scotty passive for that, because it just makes it, especially like things like this on the deer, a lot more easier, man. And if you guys didn't hear, by the way, Brunhilde is getting a holy relic where whenever she's debuffed, she gets 20% attack, which, as you guys can see, man, on stage 3 of the deer, you do get debuffed a lot. So having that holy relic on this type of stage would be really nice, man. So when it does come to global, I'll do a test with Brunhilde's holy relic and actually see if it's really good. But yeah, we'll definitely give it a try for sure. But yeah, as you guys can see at the start of that turn, my gauge actually was reduced there. You could see that I did lose 2 gauge, and you're always going to lose 2 gauge no matter what going into a phase, but if you have that passive, which it's not a bad passive at all, actually. So right there, I messed up. So I reset my game. I kept this in the editing because I wanted to show you guys that you can actually reset your game. If you press escape on PC, it'll pause the game, just close the game on your PC itself, like, you know, right click the app. So like if I was to do it, you know, or close the app, whatever, and when you close it and go back into the game, it'll let you redo your turn, which that's a good way of showing that, you know, if you get in a situation like this on the deer or the bird, you can just instantly reset and you'll be perfectly fine. So you don't really have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? So we take the AoE right there. We do take another AoE as well. But we're doing pretty good so far. We have taken a lot of damage here, which, you know, can be a little bit of a scary thing. But because we have all stats on everybody, especially the 60% all stats, we kind of just lifesteal back our full health, man. And we're not too worried about that. And I think because I did get the max gauge there on Milim, when I do this final attack, I will full heal with her. If I'm not mistaken. We do a single target with Scotty, single target with Brunhilde, 223k. We do full heal there because we did get max gauge, and look at Milim doing 324k. That is damage cap, if you guys don't know. 324k is damage cap, and she does that on a rank 2 spike card, man. Really strong. And like, I'm surprised, you know, myself. But yeah, and then if you stall too long on this phase of the deer, he will do this little buff where you have to cycle through cards regardless of what happens. And when you attack with red attribute, you will actually do increased damage here. As you guys can see, the little like a red attribute with the like little yellow effect behind it, that is actually you know, that little effect right there is what you want to, you know, you want to cycle through and then finish off with a red card as well. So what I did, because I was like, okay, this is a good chance to actually heal the team up as well, I cycled through cards. And then I followed up with the Scotty card at the end there, so that we're actually able to get the heal. Because if you guys don't know, Scotty's ultimate does heal based on damage dealt. And look at that, the full team is fully healed there as well. So that was a big brain play by me, I'm not going to lie. Big brain. And yeah, so we have one of each card as well. So we're just going to kind of cycle through. This phase is where we're going to be taking a lot of damage, by the way. If I'm not mistaken. It was either this phase or the first stage. I'm not going to lie. I don't exactly remember, but this phase is a stall phase as well, so you're kind of just, you know, building your cards up. You're moving into the final phase. You want to have a pretty decent hand going into it, right? Preferably, like, from my testing, if you have a rank 2 power strike for Brunhilde, try and save that as much as possible, because that's going to be pretty beneficial for you for sure when going for the final kill on the deer. Or even like a rank 2 Milim spike card would be good enough as well. Either or works, but yeah, basically what I was trying to do here is I was trying to keep Milim cards, but because the deer was deleting my cards there, Milim is not actually able to keep top decking cards, which is a little bit unfortunate, man. So I'm trying to, you know, keep the cards there and move a little bit with her and get some, you know, some of her Holy Relic stacks. And, you know, unfortunately, the deer just keeps targeting my Milim, and I had 3 cards there, so I was like, oh, that's really nice. I gotta push an ultimate, you know, whatever the case. But nah, he's gonna keep doing that single target attack there, removing Milim's cards. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that like a team like this does, you know, hinder, is that it doesn't have a taunt unit. So when you don't have a taunt unit, you're not able to take away the cards. You know what I mean? If you have like a taunt character and you have one of each colors other than the taunt unit, it's actually fine to work around that. But yeah, man, it's not too bad. But yeah, Milim's doing 188k right there. We do 151k right there with Brunhilde. The fact that Milim hits harder than Brunhilde, man, is a shock to me, because Brunhilde gets a lot of stuff, man, when she's in like fighting like a deer or the bird. Because she gets like, I think it's what, 30? No, it's like 20. No, I don't know exactly how much it is, man. I'd have to pull her up. But she gains a ton of basic stats based on the surviving allies. And then alongside that, you know, when she's getting the 60% all stats from Jormungandr, she's already probably at double her stats right now, which is kind of insane, right? But I mean, getting the all stats from Jormungandr does help Milim a lot as well, because we're actually able to cycle through cards a lot better, which I think is pretty good. So right there, we go for the triple cards right there. I think this was enough to kill, actually. Yeah, so we do actually kill, and we're moving into the final phase now. And this is where you guys will actually see that having the one Eikthyrnir or having Cusack is not necessary if you have the gauge reduction passive, man. You don't actually need it at all, really. You really don't. You know, it all comes down to basically just cycling through cards and you know, having each card available, right? So yeah, so we do red, green, blue right there, because this stage is fixed damage, so you have to cycle through. So we do the red, green, blue, and then following this turn, we actually know to do 2 cards here. Because I know I don't want to do too much damage to the deer, so we cycle through again, and then the following turn is where we're actually going to be going for the kill here, which I remember in this fight I did really well, because we had the rank 2 power strike there with Brunhilde, man, and we actually almost did lose Milim there, which is a little bit scary, but we were fine because all we had to do was do that single target right there, We follow up with the Brunhilde single target, and then we could do Milim single target as well, and that gets the deer to like a really low HP threshold. So we do the single target right there. We do the Brunhilde single target as well. So because he has max gauge, we do hit damage cap. And then we do the Milim card, which is actually also going to hit damage cap as well. 324k is the damage cap. So I'm like, okay, this turn I'm like, okay, all I have to do is use a buff removal with Scotty, because he's going to get the all them buffs right there. And so I do the buff removal, and then we follow up with a Brunhilde single target, and that's enough to get the kill, because that's also cycling through the cards as well. So, you know, regardless of your situation, if you were able to get Milim to do the attack here, then it definitely would have been able to do a lot of damage for sure. But regardless, it's either Milim or Brunhilde here that would have to do the final attack to get the kill, because Brunhilde like has so much stats and she just hits super hard. It was actually enough damage right here to actually get the kill. You guys will see he's at the threshold, we do the power strike, and we actually do get the kill right there, which is pretty insane, man. And yeah, that's the team run, guys. Using Milim, Jormungandr, Brunhilde, and Scotty on the bird, or not the bird, the deer. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys enjoyed the video, man. I think it's a really good showing, to be honest. Like, she's a really good blue slot on the team for the deer runs, just because of her heal she gets, just because of her crit damage, crit chance increase. It's really strong, because even her non-spike card still does a lot of damage, and it is really insane, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think Milim is a really good blue slot for the deer on any team, really, right? Because she does have the double single target. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day.